believe that! I can't believe that!
This is gonna be fucking awesome. Tell him, Steve Dave.
We don't have Brian Johnson yet, but we do have a very special guest.
It's the next best thing.
I might even say a slight upgrade.
I warned you not to do this. And usually I'm a backer, right?
Yeah.
Usually I would have been like, yeah, let's do this. But I just got a feeling with no Brian, you're already asking people to listen to something that's not the original. This might be a deal breaker.
Well, we're going to find out. I mean, when I walked into the store and saw him, my first thought was instant dismissal of his involvement in it. It was like, oh, it's nice to see him. I haven't seen him in a while. But then he started telling a story that I was like, it has to be shared. Let's not build it up as like it's like, you know, it's the Holocaust or a story of stories. Right. This isn't Frank 3.
No,
Right.
This ain't Ponce de Leon finding the Fountain of Youth. This is some loon fucking wandering around the woods who finds a bottle dump.
Right. All right,
people.
Well, if you haven't guessed already. Oh, please welcome your friend and mine, Git Em, Steve Dave.
Howdy, everybody.
Tell us why Q demanded that you stick around and tell your story of...
I guess because he was so fascinated with, you know, how I happen to be in the woods digging up old bottles.
Well, the story goes, so I'm sitting here and I'm getting ready for the show, and you start saying something about a bottle dump, and you found a bunch of bottles in the woods, and you were constructing something to get bottles, which you'll tell everybody in a second, but then it clicked to me where I was just like, wait a second. How the fuck did this guy find a bunch of bottles in the woods?
Now, a bottle dump, I picture hundreds of thousands of bottles?
Sometimes, yeah. A lot of it's covered up in dirt. So.
Sometimes, yeah. What do you mean sometimes?
I'm guessing there's
covers it and then uncovers it at times?
Yeah, I'm guessing there's bigger ones than the ones I find.
We're just concerned about the one you found.
There's one, you know, there's one.
How many bottles would you think is at this bottle dump?
Thousands is easy. Thousands.
Could you imagine people are listening going like, we're going to listen to someone you found bottle dump?
If it was me, I could have turned it off.
Okay.
Hold on one second, but I'm sure
this sounds like something that would be on Ming and Mike, though.
Well, we'll see what we can do with it. Well, you know what? We're on Twitter at Walt and Q, so I'm sure the opinions will come back to us.
All right. So you're wandering around the woods, near your house.
Yep.
I assume.
Yeah.
Why are you out in the woods wandering around?
I was actually walking along a rail line. There's a rail line that runs right near my house.
Why are you wandering around a rail line?
A rail line that doesn't work anymore, right?
No, it's still for
okay.
cargo. CSX runs on it. But I was mostly walking along looking for like the old insulators, like that they used to use on the poles for the telegraph wires and such, because they're actually worth money on.
Okay.
You know, like at the flea market and such like that.
You live a post-apocalyptic lifestyle, like without being in a post-apocalyptic world. Okay. Like you're scrounging for shit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you find any of those things?
I found a couple. They're all broken, so there's nothing good.
And how old are those?
I don't know, because the ones I found were all broken, so I just threw them down.
But generally, how old?
Turn of the century, I would say.
What are they worth if you find one that's not broken?
I don't even know. I would probably bring it to the flea market and ask somebody how much it's worth. But it's worth if it's.
Well, you obviously thought it was worth something, or else why are you wasting your time wandering around looking for them?
I'm walking, so I'm getting exercise, which is good. So it's not costing me anything to go walk.
Right.
Trust me, I could afford to lose some weight.
Okay, and you found.
And you stumble, and when you stumble upon this bottle dump, are you like, or are you just like?
It's just like more like, oh, okay, some cool bottles here. Let me see if I can find something cool.
How big is it? How many bottles are there?
I'd say a couple thousand at least. It's a pretty big area. There's other
secluded.
Stuff it's pretty secluded, but like I said, it's right off the railroad tracks.
Back in the day, the 50s.
This one's from the 50s.
Now people would be like, "I have these bottles. Let me take it up to the old creek and throw it in this hole."
Pretty much, yeah.
It was a legitimate bottle dump.
Yeah, it's not just bottles. Bottles are what you find now because the bottles don't break down.
Right.
But you'll find like old cans are all rusted,
right.
Old car parts, that kind of such. I found two almost really good condition New Jersey license plates from 1955. They have or 1954. They have the little. We didn't get stickers back then. They actually had little metal pieces that clamped onto your plates.
Right.
So it's 2 pretty darn good condition New Jersey, and they're matching plates.
Right. Okay.
So, and like I said, I live in the country. When my neighbor dug up his septic tank, we found an old where they used to burn their trash. So there's all old Coke bottles and Vaseline bottles, that kind of such.
I think you might have been right about this, Walt.
But I was saying is that I was making a rig to hang a sifter tray from.
A sifter tray.
Yeah, it's a wooden box with a metal screen on it. You put dirt,
the bottles,
dirt, broken glass.
How often do you make your way back to the bottle dump?
About once a week.
No way.
Yeah.
There's people that don't even see their kids once a month, and you're fucking going to a bottle dump.
I get my pants on, spray some bug spray on, get my backpack.
What do you mean get your pants on?
My camouflage.
You have certain pants. You can't. Oh, you go out in camouflage. Could you imagine?
My army pants.
I could only hope.
Now you're going to sound like the cop who stopped me.
He gets shot by a deer hunter one day.
I did get stopped by the police walking there one day. So
really, what do they want to know?
Apparently, they had reports of somebody matching my description who was carrying a sword and a gun. And
were you at any point carrying a sword and a gun?
The only thing I had on was my machete, and it was in my backpack.
So a fucking sword?
No, it was a machete. It was about maybe as long as my arm with the handle.
Well, why'd you have that on you?
Because there's sticker bushes back there, so sometimes you got to cut through.
And you told the cop,
exactly.
Excuse me, officer, I'm on my way to the bottle dump.
Yeah.
I would have threw your ass in jail. I would have been like, I would have ran his info. I would have been like, oh yeah, I would have definitely found a reason.
Fucking Arkham Asylum.
He saw I lived less than a half mile down the road, had no warrants, and he was asking me some questions about another area of Howell that I had no clue about. I guess he's trying to
see if you
stumbled.
Yeah.
I was the guy they were looking for.
Oh, you don't think you were the guy with the machete?
No, he said machete. He said a sword and a gun. I don't have a gun, so definitely wasn't me.
So
were you worried though that maybe when you got to the dump that you would look up and see your doppelganger sitting there with a fucking sword and a machete?
What the fuck are you doing here? This is my bottle dump. This is my bottle dump.
Now I'm actually going to be scared of that.
You weren't scared of that when the police drove away, and you're like, well, you're not the guy with the machete and the gun.
No.
Or the sword and the gun. So, okay, get him, have a good day.
Cops call, get him.
And you still made your way, like, whistling your way down the trail, down to the bottle dump. You weren't worried about the guy with the gun and the machete.
No,
or the
what's
sword.
the chance 2 people with machetes are going to meet up on a trail? I mean...
Well, the cop did say there was somebody in the area, though.
Where he was describing is all the way on the other side of Howell, so I'm guessing that's where somebody was walking.
Okay.
But I was right near the train tracks. So.
Nothing to worry about is what you're saying.
Now I'm a little worried, but I try to keep one ear open when I'm digging.
Scavenging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now you're digging through half a century worth of trash. Tell us, because I'm on the edge of my seat, and I'm sure everybody listening is. Did you find anything good? Any bottles?
Oh yeah, found a lot. Old Coke bottles are with the lid with the capsule on a bottle of Asbury Park.
How much are they worth?
I
don't know, right?
At least $2-3 each. Let's say.
At least to who?
To bottle collectors, people who like Asbury Park because it's Coke.
Right. So and there's a healthy market for this. You can turn around quick and move these.
Oh, yeah. Move them, yeah. I bet you can go down to the flea market and set up a table. And there are people who actually just sell bottles at the flea market. There's tables of just old bottles that they dig up.
You would probably
at the bottle dump?
They have different bottle dumps. Sometimes,
do you keep now, is this a secret that you're like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have told anybody about this, my bottle dump?
Do you have a treasure map?
Actually,
to the bottle dump?
He's dressed like an old miner.
Actually,
there's bottles in them there hills.
There's bottles under them there hills.
A couple times I have been at the bottle dump. I met somebody I actually know from the flea market, so
that's where this is a...
So he knows about it.
This is like gasoline, though. Eventually...
Yeah,
there's no new bottles coming there, so eventually they're all going to be gone, right?
And there are a lot of them are broken.
It's a precious resource.
Because people step on them. Sometimes you take a 70s
and it's finite too, man.
It is.
What you go once a week? What's bottle night for you? What day is bottle day?
It depends. It's got to be a good night. I have a couple hours to kill.
Well, what day is usually? Is it a Friday? Is it a weekend? I mean, is every day a weekend for you? I mean, it sounds like it.
Maybe sometimes Thursdays.
Thursdays,
Because I
bottle
know we
day.
go to the flea market.
Right.
Do you, like is bottle day like, okay, I got to get stuff done before I go over to the bottle day? Or is bottle like, no, I got to go there first. Then I'll take care of
Got to
my...
feed the horses, then maybe I'll go down to the bottle dump, get all my stuff together.
It's like a treat?
I would say, yeah. Because then I got to come home and clean them up. So it's...
Okay. Any other questions,
I mean,
Q?
you could just get a job at Hot Topic and make more money than you do like digging through the woods and shit. You know
I
that,
bet you
right?
could sell that at a place like Etsy. It's like retro, vintage,
Yeah.
gobbledygook, and people buy it. I mean, there's some the cobalt blue bottles, the really deep blue bottles, like Phillips Milk and Magnesia came in them.
Right.
And those are real. They look nice. You know,
Okay.
light comes through them. You know, you occasionally find a couple of them still intact.
Right.
So I found one lighter, but it wasn't a Zippo. I was upset. Yeah.
Yeah, almost, buddy.
Yeah.
Almost.
Couple razors.
Never give up, though.
No. Loses. Give
So
up.
tomorrow is Thursday. We're
Yes.
recording this Wednesday, so you
Yes.
are tied up tomorrow, I assume, right?
I might be, depending on the weather. If it's going to rain, I'm not going to go out there because it's...
What? Now, like, how many weeks in a row, or how many times have you been to the bottle dump?
7 or 8 total.
7 or 8. Like, I can't imagine, though, when you go back tomorrow, it being any different than the fucking first time, though.
You're digging...
So do you mark off spots?
Well,
Like,
you can tell where I dig. And there's been somebody else digging there as well.
that's gotta
Poacher.
piss you off, right?
Yeah, poacher. So,
He's poaching.
yeah.
Right. So you're going to tomorrow morning up with the sunshine down to the bottle dump.
No, I work around the farm for a little bit. Then, when that's all done, I load up my backpack with all my gear.
Right.
And like I said, I just made a sister box.
Doesn't this sound like something you would have did when you were like 12 or 13? You go out with your friends, you go out into the woods, you build a fort,
Yes.
you do shit like that. You find of like, holy shit, we found a fucking bottle dump. When you're in your 30s, I mean, I would hope you were only looking for a place to fucking end it all. And then you looked over, you saw a glint, and a glint 100 yards away. You were like, you had the gun and you pulled it out of your mouth, and you were like, whoa, what was that? Gold?
I was looking for
Silver? Fuck, bottles.
I was looking for a tree to put the noose over.
How are you still alive?
Well, the bottles, right?
The bottles saved them?
Yeah.
I was looking for a tree to put the noose over. Then all of a sudden, I just spotted a bottle and was like, oh, "There's a meaning for my life."
There you go.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
but, and there are people way older than me. There's websites devoted to bottle dumping and how to go through bottle dumps. But
Bottle dumping is to him what podcasting is to Ming Chen. Like, it's the thing that keeps him going, that just keeps him alive.
But you find other stuff. I found marbles, like old marbles from the 50s.
A marble dump?
No, marbles mixed in with that kind of stuff.
Oh, all right.
I found a stone figure. It looks almost Oriental or Indianish, and I got to bring it to the flea market.
How many hours will you spend at the bottle dump?
Um,
On a good day.
2, 3.
Can you imagine 3 hours at a dump? Can you imagine how long that is?
Well, I live on Staten Island, so I can imagine 35 years at a dump.
I got my iPod in my ear, so I'm listening to
3 hours is insane.
What do you listen to?
Digging.
Sounds of people screaming?
No. Well, I usually don't listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave because that comes out on Fridays.
Right.
So, whatever podcasts are in my queue, some misinformation.
Right.
Because I'm going
Tenderloins.
through their catalog. Tenderloins podcast, yes, because I love listening to Sal.
Yeah.
So.
You listen to
Mike and Ming?
Yes.
Yes, comic.
Do you listen to Mike and Ming religiously?
If I Sell Comics is released,
No.
Yeah.
Mike and Ming, the morning show.
No, I usually.
Why?
Because I only have.
You only have so much time. You're digging for shit
No, I
in a
listen to
fucking dump.
podcasts so many
You can't
hours.
listen to Mike and Ming.
You
know what? I don't blame you.
I listen.
I mean, if I had a choice. Can I borrow your sifter, buddy? Oh, God.
All right.
Get him, I'm concerned. How long can you go like this?
Meaning.
Like, at what point is this just the rest of your life? Am I looking at if I check in with you 30 years from now, right? And I haven't killed you myself between then and now, but like if you get that far, am I going to find you doing and saying the exact same shit that you're doing now?
maybe not the exact same thing, but something probably maybe along those lines.
And I'm not knocking it. That's you're happy. That's content.
Are you happy?
I enjoy doing it. I wouldn't say I'm happy. I mean, I'd like to have maybe a significant other, but
I think that's what changed. You wouldn't be at the bottle dump no more.
Yeah.
If you had a significant other, believe me, you wouldn't be at no bottle
I
dump.
agree with you.
You'd be at the pussy dump, baby.
I probably wouldn't be at the flea market all the time that I am either.
Yeah. I think that we all know what you're filling a void. You know, I don't know why you just don't go prostitution. Not you.
What,
I'm talking
him
about
selling?
I don't know why. Tell me how. If you spend a lot better 3 hours, get your groove on, and you'd be too tired to go to the bottle dump
Yeah, but
afterwards.
the bottle dump's free.
Some things are worth paying for.
Well, okay, I'm going to the bottle dump to get money.
You know?
I'm going to the bottle dump to make money.
I mean, I wouldn't look down on it. I would be like, hey, you know what? Guy's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah. Prostitution was put in place for bottle dump scavengers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say, there are people older than me who are doing this, and like I said, they're at the flea market almost every weekend selling stuff.
And you look at them and you're happy with that being your future?
No. I mean, I'm sure that they probably do it more hours than I do, and it's kind of...
You hope.
I do hope.
But what about like going back to school and like getting a job and making your way in business?
School and I never really worked out well together,
Right.
so...
All right.
I'm a poor test taker. I mean...
All right.
How hard do you look for a job? Honestly.
When I look, I usually network. So it's...
What does that mean? That's just a bullshit.
No,
word.
I know. If I know somebody who is looking for somebody...
That's some mumbo jumbo you tell your family. You're
No,
like...
it's usually...
I'm not working, Ma.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Networking-
To try to confuse her because she's in her 60s, he's like, oh, all right.
Oh, that's not good.
Like my father knows somebody who has a company who's looking for somebody, that kind of deal. Networking like that.
But that's just asking a question. That's not job hunting.
Well, it's looking for job. Whenever I look for jobs, I usually ask people I know if they know anybody who's looking, because then they can give me like a reference.
Why don't you get a job at Hot Topic?
Why do you keep saying Hot
Because
Topic?
I'd love to see him working at Hot Topic with those.
He is not. He is not the target employee for Hot Topic.
I know that's.
You
why
need
I
a
wanna
goth.
see him work. Yeah. I want to see him in like a Slipknot T-shirt.
Smacking some little emo kid.
I want to see you get. I want to see your world expanded. I want to see you out of the bottle dump.
I think, yeah. I mean, look. First off, get a job.
Job.
Anything. You're automatically you're in with other people. You don't have time to go off on your soul journeys to walking around in the woods by yourself. You're at least you're interacting with people.
I mean, when I had a job a while ago, I used to go
How long is a while ago?
About 2 years.
Oh, okay.
I used to go after work every night. I used to go walking for about an hour. So that's how it helped me lose. I lost 80 pounds. Right. So
that's good.
And like I said, I would slip in my iPod, listen to podcasts, and just go walking.
You do realize, though, I think a job though would be way beneficial in getting you to interact and talk to people, and maybe you meet somebody.
Yeah, most of my girlfriends I've ever met were through work. Like when I worked
2 years, right? 2 years since you had a job.
Yeah, well, my last job I worked in a small office with older women, so. Unless I was going out with my other daughters.
What's wrong with that? She can hook you up with a do you have a daughter or do you have a niece?
Yeah, nobody at the job I had eligible daughters.
Well, I have hope for you, Get Em. I honestly do.
Well, thank you.
Not much, but I have hope.